Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I am Sosa's mama. Do you have that book in the Bible that when you open it or you think of it, a story comes to mind, a familiar story comes to mind? Like when you think of Genesis, you think of creation. When you think of no Jonah and think of Nineveh, Jonah and the fish, the book of Jonah comes to mind. And then when you think of Ruth, you have the relationship between Ruth and Boaz, how they came to be, and the marriage and all whatnot. So that's tend to be like a familiar story that we all know, and that ladies tend to go to when they're thinking of marriage. So yeah, but today I want to talk about the book of Ruth, but not in the context of marriage. But I want to go deeper to just show you a few things that you can find within the book of Ruth. But first of all, let me tell you how we got to meet Ruth. Ruth, as we know in the Bible, is a Moabite woman who was a daughter-in-law to Naomi. She found herself back in Naomi's land because she decided to come back with Naomi. She was so loyal and so dedicated to her mother-in-law that she, even after losing her husband, who was Naomi's son, she decided to come back to a foreign land, a land where she did not know anything, but she wanted to follow Naomi, like she wanted to serve Naomi's God. So we know that story. And we see how Ruth and Boaz got together. But like I said, today I'm not focused on that aspect of marriage like we are familiar with. I want to talk about two things that we can get out from the book of Ruth. This could be for something that you look at as a believer or even as an unbeliever. First of all, is Ruth was hardworking and loyal, and this was noticed by Boaz, and it was duly rewarded. If you look at that, Ruth being hardworking and loyal, you can see that in both contexts. As in, for a believer, you're being faithful in the things of God. You're being hardworking in the things that God has put on your heart. Like the Bible says that do not be weary in doing good. As you're doing what you're doing, keep pushing. Someday you're gonna get that reward. And then if you look at it from an unbeliever, on an unbeliever's perspective, you are in a foreign land. As I am a foreigner in this land, I'm working and doing all that I have to do to stay in my lane, to not bring any negativity to myself. In the long run, it pays off. You would hope that that land sees that and it pays off. So yeah. And the second thing I want to share is Boaz showed kindness to a foreigner in his land. In this case, Boaz showed kindness to Ruth. Again, looking at it from a Christian perspective, you go to work, you come in contact with different kinds of people. How are you responding to these people, especially in this day that we are in? How are you showing kindness to those people? What is that one thing that whoever you come in contact with will take away after a meeting with you, that is going to live with them and say, yes, that person is truly a Christian? Are you being kind to your neighbor? Are you showing love the way the Bible asks us to do? And then even as a foreigner, again, as a foreigner in the land, or as the owner of the land, let me put it that way, how are you showing kindness to the foreigners that are in your land? Are you stereotyping everybody and putting everybody in a box because you had a bad experience with one person, or then you now feel like everybody is the same? I mean, we cannot relate to what is happening right now because one person does something or whatever it is, then it looks like the whole culture or whatever is have the same behavior, when in all sincerity, when really you should know a person for their character, not for how they look or what the color of their skin is. So I'm not here to talk about race, but you get the whole picture. But my focus more is more for the Christians, for the believers. How are you showing kindness to whether you come in contact with? How are you being diligent in that which God has put in your hand to do? So yeah, that's something that I just found out, and I figured, there is more to the book of Ruth. It's not about marriage. So if we can, I would encourage you to dig deeper into it, to pick up that book of Ruth and read it. Study with an open mind. Don't study with the mind of, oh, it's Boaz and Ruth, they got married. Study with an open mind, and you allow the Holy Spirit teach you more. Open your eyes to way more. I'm sure you are probably going to find way more than I found in the book of Ruth. So yeah, there you have it. There's more to the book of Ruth than just the marriage of Boaz and Ruth. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless you.